Good evening, ladies. Good evening, ladies. Hope everybody had a good day. Is having a good evening. I hope all is well. I speak blessings, love, peace, and prosperity into your life. I speak healing into your life. May the blessings of the Lord that sits high and looks low, may He be on your life. May He rain down blessings on your life as well. Okay? And so, tonight, well, first, let me introduce myself, okay? Welcome to the Empress Room. I am Patricia, okay, aka the Intuitive Empress. Thank you for joining me in the Empress Room where the real healing happens at. Okay, so it's time to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. Okay, it's time to step outside of our comfort zone and let the real healing happen so that the real healing can begin. It begins outside of our comfort zone, okay? You're not going to find it in that box. You're not going to find God. Whatever God you serve, you're not going to find Him in that box. You have been putting Him in all of this time, okay? And so we have started a new series, me and Elise, called Healing the Divine Feminine. Healing the Divine Feminine. Okay, and we are going through the chakras, all 7 of them, right? And we are going to break them down one by one to give you a clear picture, a clear understanding of what it is. What it is, first of all, what it is, what you got going on the inside of you, okay? And then we are going to dig deep and find out where your blockages are at and give you tools to help you get them blockages out of your life and allow healing to happen so that the energy can flow freely through you. But you have to know who your source is, okay? That's first before anything. Who is your source? What is your source? What is the root of you? What are you rooted in and grounded in? Because our foundation that we are building in the root chakra, which we are talking about on tonight, the foundation that is sprouting out of that root, right? We are building the foundation. The foundation is us, but the root is our source. Okay, the root from which we grow and flow, the root gives life to the foundation. And then the foundation, the root chakra, goes and feeds that nourishment to the rest of the body. What are you feeding your body? What source are you connecting to that is providing you nourishment that you are giving to your body? What are you doing? Okay, and so tonight we are going to be talking about the root chakra. Okay, it's red. Let me get I'm gonna pull. I got all my stuff sent over there. I'm gonna pull it out in a second. What I want to do is I want to just get a card that is affecting our root chakra. Okay, I'm not pulling a message. I'm just getting one card to help me in breaking down the root chakra, like what I can relate it to. Okay, so we are just going to get just the, what do we need to let go? What blockages? What is affecting us in our root? Look, not knowing who we are. Is this me? Am I really the warrior empress that y'all keep telling me I am? Like, am I really better than what I see? Right? Is it more than what I see? Who am I? That listen, okay, y'all. What I keep telling y'all, don't play with us over here in the Empress room. Okay, don't, because we ain't playing no games. Okay, the God that we serve got a message. And He is using us to get His message out to the people. So He ain't gonna never steer us wrong. He ain't gonna never have us on here looking crazy, looking goofy, not knowing what we talking about. As long as we follow directions and do what we are supposed to do, God ain't gonna never have us out here looking crazy. Never. Okay, we have to stay aligned in the will of God for our life. We have to do that. That's our part. That's the work that we have to do. That's up to us to do. But as long as you are aligned and you are being obedient and you are in clear and constant communication and contact with your source, okay, and you are walking in your mission on purpose with a purpose, okay, God ain't gonna never have you out here looking crazy. Never. And you're gonna be so aligned and in tune that you ain't gonna have yourself out here looking crazy. Okay, but it all goes with trust, and that goes with knowing who you are, and that starts with the source of you. Where is your nourishment coming from that you are feeding the rest of your body that has corrupted your mind? Okay, that has corrupted your heart. What nourishment are you feeding your body? And that is what we are talking about today, because you trying to act like you got peace when for real, you are sitting amongst thorns. Okay? Where you at? No. Okay? And you trying to sit on your lotus flower, and that ain't even working out. That ain't even it. Okay? So for those of y'all who have been here with me, right? We know the backdrop that I had before this, it was more of like the outline of this, right? It was this, but it was like the outline. There wasn't no color to it for real. It wasn't drawn in. You could see what it was, but it wasn't no color, right? And so when God gave me this assignment, okay, because I had seen this backdrop before, but I wasn't led to get it. Listen, I am obedient, because I know everything that God tells me to do is for a reason. It's for a specific reason. I need to be obedient, because one wrong move on my part can throw the whole damn plan off, right? So it was the outline, right? Okay, so coming into this, while God had me sitting down while I was working, I was sitting down, but I was working, okay? God told me I was able to get this one, right? Because I am colored in. This is what we need to look like, okay? I'm sitting on my throne as the high priestess, but I show up in Empress energy, okay? I am now walking in full purpose on today, okay? I came back to you walking in full purpose, okay? So I was able to get this one so we can get the picture loud and clear of who we are, or what we are, or what we stand for. Because I had to learn, figure out, and understand what the lotus flower even meant, what it stood for, what it does, what process it goes through. Why is it as magnificent as it is? And it is the flower of life. Okay, sacred geometry. Get into it. That is how precious we are to God. Okay, and that's why sitting down somewhere and picking up a book is so important. Everything, when it comes to God, everything has a reason. It has a place. Okay, it is not just because. Okay, it's not. So I am now sitting on my throne, ready to help other ladies sit on their throne. Okay, and so it's just me. Listen, you don't even. Why y'all always be running? Okay, so we don't know who we are, and that's duh. I know that. Okay, and so then at the end of the lesson, we are going to pull a card out of my goddess, Mary Magdalene. Okay, just to get some more advice or guidance on how to go forward, okay, when it comes to our root chakra. Okay, so this is this, but I just got one, like I told them in Healing Hearts, to put in your face. Okay, one that we can see so I can stay focused here and I don't have to keep doing that. Okay, that you can really see. Okay. So, we know that we have... Oh, shit. If y'all are writing comments, my bad. I ain't say nothing. But, I'm just going to go through to the end. And then at the end, we'll talk, okay? If that's okay with everybody. I just want to get the lesson out. And then at the end, you know, if there's if anybody has any questions or needs, you know, a better understanding or wants to go over something that I said, you know, for those that are on the live with me, we can do that, okay, at the end. Let's just get through the lesson first. Thank you. Be patient. Have an open mind, an open heart, and allow the Lord to work a miracle in your life, okay? Okay, so we know that we are Miss Empress, okay? We are the Divine Feminine, right? And we know that, and if not, I want to make it clear. I do not call us Miss Empresses or Miss Divine Feminines because everybody who hears my message and resonates with it is in a twin flame connection. That is not why I do that. Okay, I do that because that is the energy that we should all strive to live and be in on an everyday basis, every day of our life. We should have High Priestess mental energy, you know what I'm saying? And the Empress of the 3D energy, right? So the High Priestess should be in charge of our thoughts, of our mind, right? And the Empress is just who we are or who we show up as in the 3D, where the High Priestess would be the 5D of us, helping us to walk accordingly. Okay? That is why. But in order to get there, we got to get some healing going on first. We got to work on us first. We got to figure our shit out. We got to find out who we are first, okay? And that starts with knowing who you are. And you have to sit and be in your thorns. That's a fact. Okay, these thorns that you sitting in that you need to make peace with, okay, is the thorns of all the bullshit you got going on in your life that we be having going on, that I once had going on in my own life, okay? So I understand. Okay, but in order to heal from it, you got to sit with it and make peace with it and deal with it. And that's why I say, when you really go through your healing process, forgiving the next person for what they did to you ain't gonna be that hard because you're not gonna give a damn about it anymore. Like you're not gonna care. You're not gonna care enough about the situation anymore for it to affect you in any type of way. And I'm telling you what I know because I have suffered and been violated in every type of way there is to be violated. Okay, I have endured physical abuse. I have suffered sexual abuse. I have went through mental abuse, emotional abuse, okay, financial abuse. I have suffered every single type of abuse there is to suffer in a lifetime, okay, whatever name they call them on in the books on today. I have been there. I have done that. I have had it happen to me. I have had to get through it, okay? And that's why I say it ain't nothing that anybody could bring me that you should ever have to feel ashamed about because I have been through it personally myself. Okay, so I had all type of blockages going on in me that I had to get through, that I had to work out. Okay, then on top of that, I had to deal with abandonment and rejection. Okay, I had to deal with being alone, okay, being bounced around from foster home to foster home, not having no stability. So because I didn't have stability in my childhood, I took that into my adulthood, not having no stability in my life, not knowing how to be an adult. And then I started having babies and faulty foundations on top of that. Okay, so I was all lost, not knowing what the hell was going on in my life, sitting in church, faking in front, and really wanting to be healed, really wanting to get out of all the bullshit shit that I had going on, but I was not getting delivered. I was not getting no real help. I wasn't. Okay, but I had to sit, and I sat in this for almost a year. I'm gonna always let y'all know that, because it's not a popcorn situation. Okay, it's not a popcorn process. It's not a microwave process. Okay, you have to sit in it, and you have to work through it, and you have to go through the 5 W's and the how. Okay, the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, and the how. That is the 5 W's and the how. Okay, we learned that in school, like back in like 6th grade, probably. I don't remember. Okay, but school. Okay. So you got to, and that is in every situation that you face. In every situation that you face, you have to ask those 6 questions. And when you ask yourself those 6 questions, I promise you, by the time you get to how and you work your way back up to why, you're going to have a better understanding. So when you get to the second set of questions of the same problem, we ain't moved on yet. We on the same problem. The second set of questions for the same problem. Okay, your questions gonna change, because now you done work through some shit, and you done seen some shit differently. Like, you see where the problem lies at, because we being honest, right? We being honest with self. You can't get over here in the Empress room and think you can still lie and fake in front. It don't work like that. You got to get honest when you're in the Empress room. Okay, so because we're being honest, and when we ask these questions about the situation that we have gotten ourselves in, right, we answer honestly. Okay, so when we get back to the second why, okay, we have a different set of questions for the same problem, because we are trying to gain a deeper understanding, right? You are having this conversation with yourself as you work your shit out, you and your Lord. Okay, you and your angels, okay, you and your spirit guides, okay, but you have to get to a place of full serenity, and sitting down somewhere and being clear-minded in order to connect with your source. Okay, understand that healing is always here for us. It is up to us if we are going to take it or not. And so in the root chakra is where we find out if we are going, or we find out who we are. Okay, it's where we build our foundation. That is where we sit with our shit. Okay, everything that is everything that we are going to go over tonight. Okay, we are going over the first attribute of the Divine Feminine. The first attribute of the Divine Feminine, as it relates to the root chakra, is she is rooted and grounded. She has a stable foundation. Okay, she knows who her source is. Because in every other chakra, your source is involved with helping you get rid of the blockages. Right? And so you got to find that in the root chakra, right? You got to find that in the root chakra right here. Root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown. Okay? This is where we got to get, look, we got to work through all of this to get there. Okay? And for real, me and my friend was talking about this, okay? Going through a spiritual awakening, okay, and an ascension, you for real, don't even get to the spiritual awakening process until you hit your third eye chakra, okay? So from the root chakra on up to the third eye, you are working through all the blockages that is keeping God from being in contact with you, that is keeping you blocked out from yourself. Okay, so when you get through to the crown chakra, everything is open. Okay, you are free and clear of blockages, because the crown chakra is you are unblocked, unbothered, and balanced. Okay, and so it's very important that you take all these chakras seriously, but definitely the root chakra, because this is where you find out everything about who you are. Okay, it's like going and learning your birth chart, your natal chart, your numerology chart. Okay, that is how important the root chakra is, because it feeds based off of what it is rooted in. It feeds the other chakras. Okay, who is your source? What energy is feeding you? Okay, what energy are you in the will of? What God are you in the will of? Who do you serve? Okay, because that dictates your morals and your values and how you move and how you think and your standards and how far you will go when it comes to doing fuck shit. Like, that depends on who you serving, right? And we're going to get into definitions tonight, because we say that, like, I'm not judging nobody for what they do. Before I had a better understanding, I did the same thing. Okay, but now that I know better, I do better. Okay, because I found myself when things happened in my life, I thank the universe, right? I didn't thank God, I thank the universe. Okay, and it really wasn't making, like, wow, I'm not taking away the credit of what the universe is. I'm not doing that. Okay, but for me and for where I came from and the foundation of who I am and what I believe in and what I practice in, okay, I cannot take away from who God is in my life. And I know that my blessings rain down and pour down from God on today as they did on yesterday. Okay, and so I cannot forget to thank Him and be grateful and know where my blessings flow, right? So I want to just start off by reading to you the definition of what the universe is, okay? Okay, so hold on, y'all. Okay, that was the problem the whole damn time. Okay, so the universe, right? The whole cosmic system of matter, physical energy, of matter and energy, which Earth and therefore the human race is a part of. All existing matter and space considered as a whole energy, the quantitative property that must be transferred to an object in order to perform work on or to heat the objects. So, in order for this to have any type of power, I would even grab a real crystal. Like, I mean, this is a real crystal. Don't get it twisted. Like, it is. But I'll grab a crystal. Okay. So, in order for this crystal to have any type of meaning, for it to do whatever it's supposed to do, okay, for it to be what I need it to be, right? Before that can happen, because it's just a crystal, it's just of the earth, okay, right? Energy must be transformed to this crystal in order for it to perform, right? And that's why God judges us based off of our heart, right? Because our heart don't lie, right? Whatever, we can speak some bullshit, but we know what we feel in our heart for real. We know the thoughts that we think, right? And so it's more so not what you say, it's the intention behind what you say. That's why when they be like, judge me by my heart, not my words, okay? Because sometimes we say things in a way that we don't really mean them, right? We know what we meant in our heart, but it didn't come out the right way. And then you just got some hateful and evil people who act like they a lamb, but in their heart they a wolf. Okay, who don't mean you no good, right? So we all, everything that consists in the whole scope of the whole planet of Earth, of everything that God created, the cosmos. Okay, that is we are the universe, pretty much. Okay, pretty much. If God don't give me direction to go and do what I need to do as far as this goes, I'm going to be I'm going to be living a aimless life. Like if I don't sit down somewhere and get some healing, allow energy to flow freely through me so that I am in the will of God. I know my purpose. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, and that's why it is so important, the words that we speak to ourselves, right? Because the universe is the whole cosmic system. It is where we send the energy of everything that we do. That is where it exists amongst all of us. Okay? Amongst all of us. And down here in the people land and up there in the cosmo land. Okay? And so we are speaking out words. Okay? We are saying evil words. Even when it comes to these spells, okay, when you curse somebody, right, when you tell somebody they ain't gonna ever be shit, that is a form of witchcraft. You are speaking evil on somebody. You are speaking on somebody's downfall. Okay, so we say things just to say them because we heard somebody else say them and we don't even know what they mean. Okay, we all make up the universe as a whole. It is God the Father and the goddess of the moon who makes it go the way it needs to. Okay, they are the ones who is divinely guiding the energy. Okay, and that's why the planets are important. The planets work in all of this too. Okay, please understand. So I had to remember where my blessings come from, okay? God let my blessings go, right? And it's up to he let them go in the universe, and it's up to me to call them into me, to manifest it in, to pray it in, right? To believe it, and it shall be so, because it's already in the universe. The energy of what I need, of what I want, is already in the ethers for me, waiting on me as a blessing. Listen. As above, so below. It's already there. Okay? It's already there. It's up to us to do what we're supposed to do to call it down. And that's why we can't get nothing if our hands is balled up, if our fist is balled up, if we always fighting, being mean and fucking hateful. Okay? Being in hate and jealousy, envious energy. That is the energy we are bringing back to us because that is what we are putting out. It is a reciprocal type of situation. Okay, the boomerang effect. Okay, and that's why karma is a bitch. Because the very thing you do to somebody else is the very thing that's going to come back to you. Okay? So, energy is different from power. Oh, yeah, whatever. Energy is different from power, which represents the rates at which energy is used. So, power represents the rates at which energy is used. Okay, so power would be the intentions that we put behind our words, right? That would be power. And we don't understand how much power we hold when it comes to life and death, lying in the power of the Listen, life and death lies in the power of the tongue. The power is the intention behind what you are letting flow off your tongue. Okay? Let me pull the comments up over here because I can't see nothing. I still want to know that y'all okay and stuff like that. Okay? Okay, so frequency. Okay. Y'all chilling. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Y'all chilling. Okay. So there we have the power, the intention, right? So the frequency is the rate at which vibration occurs. That, listen, we gonna cut that off. The rate at which vibration occurs. Okay, the waves, right? And so depending on what you are vibrating on, the frequency that you are vibrating on depends on the frequency of your blessings, right? The level of blessings that you get depends on your faith. Like, are you just believing in the mustard seed but not putting no work in? And so you just getting them little bitty sustainment blessings, when God just give us just enough to just sustain us. That's it. Okay, we could never get ahead because we ain't doing what we supposed to do. But we his kids and he love us, and he ain't just gonna see us out bad like that. So he give us the sustainment blessing. Okay, until you go do your part and you sit down somewhere and you get some healing going on and you become back connected to your source, loving on yourself, understanding who you are. When you do that, okay, you will get Miss Empress blessings. Okay, because you will be vibrating on a frequency so high, listen, that the very people who think that they are even on your level to even think that they can play with you, we laugh at, right? Okay, so you always want to make sure that after you go through the healing process, you are free and clear of all the blockages. And let me say this too, seeing this angel. Everybody, for me, I see the basic angel numbers like 111 all the time, right? I see two like the basic ones, the ones everybody know, right? But I have elevated to a level where, and this is how deep it is, and that people really don't understand how deeply connected it is to really be with source, right? Because I see the frequencies of the angel numbers now. Yes, I still see the regular synchronicities. I see them all the time. But I see frequency numbers. Okay, they catch my eye, they hit my heart, they make my belly flutter, right? I connect to it. And frequency numbers don't stand out. Okay, it is not a frequency angel number. It is not something that when you look at it, you would know exactly what it is. No, ma'am. You have to be on a level to be able to connect to that number, depending on who your source is, right? Who is giving you this number for a reason, this sign for a reason. Okay, and when I tell you, I've been seeing them so frequently all the time, like lately. And when I tell you, the messages are so powerful. it blows my mind every time because it is so in tune and on point with where I am on today. And it gives me what I need to make my next move. It keeps me in alignment. So I know as long as I am seeing these numbers, I am in alignment. Okay. So we already went over the 7 attributes of the divine feminine. We went over that already. Okay. So we went over the basic overview of what the root chakra was, right? The root is, let me read you that foundation, because tonight we are going to be talking about the root chakra, right? We are going to be understanding who we are. We're going to learn how to find who we are, okay? And we're going to have to learn how to get into a state of being at peace with our thorns, like forgiving ourselves, loving ourselves. Okay, letting it all go. Letting it all go and being authentic to who you are. Okay, and so the root chakra, right? The root is the part of a plant which attaches to the ground or to a support, typically underground, conveying water and nourishment to the rest of the body. I say the body, okay, the rest of the tree, whatever, via branches and fibers, right? Okay, so okay, well, it is the basic cause, source, or origin of something established deeply and firmly. Okay, and so that is the root, is the source, right? We build who we are, our foundation, on top of that root, right? And so that root is allowing nourishment to flow in us. And we, in turn, as the root chakra, sends that nourishment up into the rest of our body. Okay. And so it is very important and very vital to have a source. Okay. For me, my source, what I believe in, my what did God tell me it was? Religious spirituality is what I practice, today. Okay, and I love the way God put it to me. I love it. I love it. I love it. So when people ask me what I am or what I practice in, I practice in religious spirituality. Okay. So the root of me, I believe God the Father, goddess of the moon, feminine, masculine, God, right? Jesus Christ, Yahweh, Yahshua, whatever, however you say it, okay? The Son of the Lord, okay? The Son of God, right? Him. That's my homie, right? And the Holy Spirit with the evidence of speaking in tongues that rests, rules, and abides in me. Okay? My angels, my ancestors of the highest, of the highest, of the highest white light. Okay? Religion is my foundation, but spirituality is my life. Okay? So, in talking about the divine feminine, we have to, the divine feminine is divine. Who is your divine source? You cannot be divine and not have a divine source. Who is your divine source? Okay, that is who I believe in. There are many different religions, many different practices. I don't judge nobody for what they do. Whatever you believe in, whoever is your divine source, that is what you need to be rooted in. That is what is going to govern your everyday actions, your everyday life, behind the principles of what you believe in. And people gonna know by the fruit that you bear. Okay, so you can go around faking and fronting all you want to. Okay, but the truth is always going to reveal itself by the fruit that you bear. We give a life. We are the tree of life that gives life, right? Okay, so I thought I put my paper right there. Oh, I did. I'm looking right at it. I'm tripping. Okay, so 7 attributes of the divine feminine. healing the divine feminine. I be having all types of titles, y'all. Okay. So we're talking about the root chakra on tonight, and we are going to be, this is the first attribute of the divine feminine. She is stable and grounded. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles. I meant to get the Queen of Pentacles out. Who is the Queen of Pentacles? Right. That's what we need to find out. Right. We'll find that out. The root chakra is the beginning of the transformation process. It is where we take an honest look at ourselves and make the necessary changes to mend the broken pieces of all we have endured. As we learn about the root chakra, we will gain the tools necessary to heal any trauma we have experienced. Okay, we don't leave nothing behind over here in the Empress room. This is the for real soul surgery. Okay, the tools that you are going to get in the Empress room, it ain't gonna leave shit behind. Okay, we just got to deal with the residue afterwards. Okay, as we learn about the root chakra, we will gain the tools necessary to heal any trauma we have experienced throughout our lives. When we heal from trauma, we are removing blockages that are preventing us from being stable and grounded, which is the first attribute of being an unbothered, unblocked, balanced divine feminine. Okay, allowing energy to flow freely in our root chakra is vital to the well-being of the rest of the body, which in turn affects our day-to-day life. Right. Let's find out what cause and effect means, okay? Cause and effects. The relationship between two things when one thing makes something else happen. Looking for the reason why things happen is a basic human drive, right? So we know that cause and effect, right? Something has to happen for something else to happen, like the domino effect. One domino has to fall for every other domino to fall. Okay, when it is in alignment. Okay, so allowing energy to flow freely in our root chakra is vital to the well-being of the rest of our body, which in turn cause and effect our day-to-day life. We have to have a solid and stable foundation, unshakable and unmovable. Okay, the stability of our foundation determines the success of everything we build upon it. That's why having a source and knowing who that source is so very important. Our spiritual beliefs and practices is what our foundation what our foundation sits on. It is what it is rooted in. And y'all understand. I'm that, this sound good, don't it? Because I'm that intelligent. I did this. Okay, from the studying that I did, from the knowledge that I gained. These are my sentences, my words, my thoughts, my creativity put together. Yes, I am really this intelligent, you guys. I really am. Okay, I always got A's in English and writing and all of that. I've always been a stellar writer. Okay, I write poetry. I write songs. Okay, I know how to put words together very cleverly. Okay, so this is all authentic material. Well, the definitions I got out of Webster and off of Google. But this, everything that you have heard me speak on concerning the healing of the divine feminine has been me. You are getting authentic material from the very tools that I used and I continue to use on today to help me be where I'm at. Okay. So, the stability of our foundation determines the success of everything we build upon it. That's why having a source and knowing who that source is so very important. Our spiritual beliefs and practices is what our foundation sits on, and it is rooted in as well. I already explained to y'all the definition of root. Okay, so Ask yourself, what is your source? Who is my source? I told y'all who my source was. Who is your source? Right? Who do you believe in? Why do you believe in them? What is the principles behind that source that governs your everyday life, your everyday actions, the way you conduct yourself, or you are supposed to conduct yourself on an everyday basis? Right? That should be the foundation of who you are. That should be what you are rooted in. Right? What you are secure in. Right? What your foundation sits on. Okay. We are the stable foundation. I already said that. I told y'all that already. We are the stable foundation. Okay. That sits on our root. That gives us life. That we then in turn give to the rest of our body. Okay. Our spirituality is the root that supplies nourishment to our foundation and in turn the rest of the body. This is the starting for developing and maintaining a balance. Okay, this is the start of getting and maintaining balance. Practicing practicality and spirituality balanced. Right? Heart, mind, balance. Mind and body balanced. Heart, mind, spirit balanced. Okay? Passion and creativity in our womb balanced. Okay? So, one more, y'all. Masculine, feminine, energy, balanced. Okay? The root chakra is also about survival instincts. Okay? Having the basic fundamentals in life is a necessary step in being balanced in our root chakra. Okay? You can't talk about doing nothing else. Right? If, like I say, explaining basic fundamentals. These are my notes, y'all. I don't play no games. Okay, my notes say it's telling me to explain to y'all basic fundamentals and why they are important to being balanced. Okay, so I am about to explain to y'all what basic fundamentals mean and why it's important to us so we can be balanced. Okay. So, shit, I thought I had the definition of fun. We'll get to it. If it's in here, it's in here. We'll find it. We'll get to it eventually. Okay, so the basic fundamentals of life is food, clothes, shelter, kids taken care of. You got a job. You got a steady income. You know where your next dollar is coming from. Right, okay, all your paperwork is caught up, so you're getting your food stamps on time, okay? You got the medical for your kids because you're taking care of your business. Okay, you're getting child support from Mr. Sneaky and you're doing what you're supposed to do. You know, you buying toilet paper and paper towels and soap and Pampers and wipes. Well, wipes is not really a necessity. Okay, we can use some soap and water to wash our baby's ass if necessary, okay? Okay, you have food in your refrigerator for you and your babies. Okay, you got clothes. Y'all got shoes. Okay, y'all got the necessary requirements for whatever season we are in at that time. Okay, if you got a car that it is running, you got gas. Okay, you're getting back and forth to work. You got child care for them babies. Okay, the worries of life, the stressors of life are taken care of. That has to be done first before you can learn about, but healing, it cannot happen beyond the root chakra because the fundamentals of life are not taken care of. And so therefore, that is always going to be a distraction. And then on top of that, we still in the mind frame of we got to do what we got to do to take care of our babies. Okay, which we are adding more trauma to what we're trying to heal from. So that is why the basic fundamentals of life have to be taken care of first before we can go to any other chakra, before we can completely clear out the root chakra. That has to happen first. Okay? And you also have to have a sense of safety and security, right? Of feeling secure within self and your environment. You know, you feel secure in being a mother. You feel like you can protect your babies, or if something happens, you have the money to go take care of it. You are grounded. We know life gonna happen. Shit gonna happen regardless. Like, shit, we know. We realistic. So we know life is gonna happen. But the thing is, we are not so overwhelmed and so stressed out that when it happens, it's like the straw that broke the camel back, and we just explode and we be ready to give up and fuck life and everything is everything, right? No, we're not like that. But in order to not be like that, the basic fundamentals have to be taken care of. We cannot be in survival mode. Not that way. It spiritually, yes, but on a 3D, no. We have to be realistic. We have to be grounded. Okay, so that is unnecessary. Okay, so now our DNA makes us who we are, right? So we talked about the source. Okay. Now we are going to talk about environmental factors. Y'all, I'm so sorry. Please don't kill me. I have to go use the bathroom. Please, y'all, I'm going to be right back. Okay, I apologize for the interruption. Just bear with me. Please don't leave. Okay, we got some good stuff coming up. Thank you for being patient with me. I love you ladies so much. Y'all are dope. I will be right back. Oh, here I come, y'all. I'm so sorry. Hey, listen, y'all. Thank you. Look, I ain't young no more. I have 4 kids, and so it don't hold like it used to no more. I'm so sorry. But thank you so much. Okay. Are y'all okay? I'm about to say, are y'all enjoying yourself? Y'all. Is it making sense to y'all? Those that's on here with me. or even those that, watch it, let me know. Those that's on here, those that's watching it up until this point, let me know in the comments if it's making sense, if anything that I'm saying you need further clarification on, because I'll make sure to go into it in another video. We'll figure it out, but let me know so that we can have a clear understanding and clear communication so that we are all on the same page, okay? There's nothing wrong with asking questions. There's nothing wrong with needing a deeper understanding or another way of explaining it, which is why you have the same topic coming from two different perspectives, right? So if you don't get it or understand it all the way I get, the way I'm teaching it, then you can listen to what Elise is saying, and you can get a better understanding of what we're talking about through the way she's teaching it, because it's all the same. It's just it's just a different perspective of it all. Okay, but both of our lessons line up. Okay, so okay. So remember, we're talking about the root chakra. With the first attribute of being an unbothered, unblocked, balanced, divine feminine. She is stable and grounded, right? She know who her source is. The fundamentals of her life, the basic fundamentals are taken care of, right? She good, her baby's good. Okay, we ain't worry about any of that. Okay, bills paid, right? Food in the refrigerator. Okay, even if even if we ain't got no money in the bank account, shit, bills paid, food in the refrigerator, gas in the car, right? Kids good. We got pamper money. Okay. So now we are going to be talking about, environmental factors like family, the way we grew up, the things we was taught, the things we witnessed, right? Those type of things that cause blockages in our root chakra. Okay, on the emotional level, right? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, okay. Okay. Our DNA makes us who we are. We cannot change that at all. Yeah, I know we be wishing sometimes, like, ugh, God, I know this ain't my real family. Like, but the crazy part about it is these are the people we chose to link up with when we got down here. We did this shit to ourselves, if you want to be technical about it. Okay, these are the people we chose to be our mother, our father, because whatever reason, our souls had lessons to learn this lifetime. Okay, our sisters, our brothers, these are the people we wanted to link up with. And 9 times out of 10, you was with these same people in different roles your last lifetime. Okay, so our DNA makes us who we are, and we cannot change that. The way we were raised directly affects our foundation. Generational curses is a direct effect which causes blockages in our root chakra. So generational curses is a direct effect that causes blockages in our root chakra. Okay? Generational curses. Oh, okay, though. So explain. I jumped ahead earlier. I already explained the definition of cause and effect. Okay, it's telling me in my notes to explain the definition. I already do that, right? There has to be something that happens that affects the what happens next. Like the generational curses. I think I wrote that backwards. The generational curses is the cause. The effects are the blockages, right? Whatever we learned or we was taught or we was told from generation to generation to generation, the toxic, dysfunctional craziness, right? That our grandparents and great, and that's no disrespect to nobody. I'm just saying a lot of stuff that we have learned is because it worked back in the 1930s, and it was passed down, but it wasn't a good trait to pass down. It wasn't a good heirloom, an emotional heirloom to pass down. Okay, and so we have to unlearn these behaviors. Okay, so the generational curse is the cause of the blockage that has affected your life. right? Okay, so a generational curse is um defilement that was passed down from one generation to the next. And some examples that I gave is toxic ideology passed down to us from our parents and so on. Man, I should just read from my notes. I be jumping ahead. Okay, toxic ideology passed down to us from our parents and so on. Picking up habits and traits that do more harm than good. In religion, it is a consequence put on families from the actions of our ancestors. So it is a consequence from God put on us or our ancestors um, because of their actions or behaviors. Like when we was talking about Homer and Gomer and how, God was using Homer. I said Homer and Gomer. Oh, good God Almighty. I'm so sorry. The prophet Hosea and Gomer. Y'all, I said Homer and Gomer, y'all. Don't pay me no, never mind. I mean, pay me some mind, but don't pay that no mind. Okay. Okay, so thank you, sis. I thought so too. I thought that was, yeah, that spirit gave me that for sure. Okay. Okay, so Hosea and Gomer, the prophet Hosea. When I was telling y'all about how God was using the prophet Hosea and Gomer to illustrate the destruction that he was going to bring upon Israel for them turning their back on him, right? And so from that from that situation, the tribes of Israel, okay, for those who believe in the Bible, the tribes of Israel is where we all will come from, one way or the other. Okay, all of us. The 12 tribes, right, is where each and every last one of us come from. And Israel had God jacked up because they had turned their back on him. He had brought them out from the land of Pharaoh, delivered them from the Red Sea, okay, delivered them from hunger and famine, okay, until he cursed them with it for being disobedient, okay. And so gener- that is where biblically the generational curse biblically stood from. And if you want to be really, really technical, it really started back with Adam and Eve when they ate the fruit off the tree. Was it the tree of knowledge? I think. So it's and usually, from an emotional standpoint, we'll use the Webster's dictionary that, a generational curse is just a toxic trait that is passed down from, family from generation to generation to generation. But we'll keep the biblical standpoint in the background. Okay, we'll use that as our footnotes. Okay, so we have to disconnect from generational curses and toxic dysfunctional patterns that we have learned from the environment we grew up in. Because and sometimes it's not even something that is like it like really like sat down and taught to us. Like your mama sat you down and was like, this is how you do it. Like she gave you like Elise say she gave you the recipe. Okay, we didn't get the recipe from mama sitting us down. We got the recipe from watching mama. Okay, and watching auntie. Okay, and watching great auntie. Right, watching the women that we idolized, that we looked up to in our family. We got the recipe of the toxic dysfunction that has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. That is how we pick it up from our environment. Okay, and so what survival instincts did you learn from the environment you grew up in that is no longer serving you today? What toxic traits about yourself that you notice, that you see, because we're honest and authentic over here, that you know it is no longer serving you on today, or things that you see about yourself, and when you be around your mama and you see her do it make you feel some type of way, because you are seeing you. Or, if you be with your auntie or your cousin, or the women that taught you to be who you are, okay? The things that you have learned from them, the things that you once idolized about them, that you once loved about them, okay, that you emulated about them, those very things, are they serving you today? Where you trying to go in your life? Are those tools valuable to you? Is that in an heirloom you want to pass down to your kid? Okay? Whatever it is needs to be uprooted, to be rerooted the correct way with the right energies to build a stable and solid foundation that gives us security and also helps us to feel safe. It allows us to feel safe. Okay, the foundation that we are built on, we have built upon our substance. Okay, we are rooted in the substance of who we are, right? The things that make up the morals, the values, the integrity, the self-respect, all of that good stuff, all of the ingredients that make us who we are. We have built our foundation on top of that. And that is what gives us life, for us to give it to the rest of our body, right? So we have to get the root chakra free and clear of all blockages so energy can flow freely upward in order to set ourselves up for success. Okay, we have to get the root chakra clear and free, no blockages. And that's why the basic fundamentals have to be taken care of, because if the root chakra is the nourishment for the rest of the body, if the root chakra is blocked up, you are not feeding your body the right nourishments. Okay, so we got to get all of that under control first. Okay, so we have to clear all the blockages out of our root chakra so energy can flow freely upward in order to set ourselves up for success in our sacral chakra. Okay, which is our second chakra, which is what we are going to be talking about on tomorrow night. Okay, it sits right on top of the root chakra. Damn, I didn't even see that. Okay, okay. And not only it sets us up for success in our sacral chakra, it also sets us up for success in the rest of our other chakras. Okay, it sets us up for success, to be successful. Okay, so to get this process started, we have to tear down the karmic foundation. Okay, it got to go. We got to be honest with self and really take an authentic look at us. Do a for real introspection of us, of yourself. Look at self. Don't focus on nobody else. Don't worry about nobody else. Okay? Look at the part you played in it. What did you do? What could you have done differently? How could you have reacted differently? Why did you react like that? How do you want to react? What if you was in a calmer state of being? How would you have react? How can you change the behavior so you don't react that way anymore? Questions are necessary. Okay, so you have to tear down the karmic foundations filled with self-hate and generational curses to build up a divine foundation, solid and unmovable, filled with unconditional love from self No, filled with unconditional love for self from source. I'm going to read that again. To get this process started, we have to tear down the karmic foundation filled with self-hate and generational curses to build up a divine foundation, solid and unmovable, filled with unconditional love for self from source. Okay, upon this rock, I will build my church. And at that very church, the gates of hell shall not prevail against thee. Okay, we are the church. Our bodies are the temple. We are to offer ourselves as a living sacrifice, walking in service for the Lord, is what that means. Okay, being fully obedient and committed to the purpose, to the cause, walking in obedience, walking in purpose, with the purpose, on purpose, right? Turning your pain into purpose, right? Your mess into a message. Okay, spreading love and healing in the land. Okay, questions are very necessary. So, the gates of hell, the very gates of hell, the very things that come to try you, to catch you slipping, to catch you off guard, to knock you off your game, the very things, okay, that try to come up against you, they will not prevail. Okay, because upon this rock, okay, the rock is the root that I built my foundation on, the church. Upon this rock, I have built my church. Stable, rooted, grounded, unmovable, unshakable foundation. Okay, this the rock, this the church, right? This is the root, this is the chakra that is providing nourishment to the rest of the body. Okay, so we are the church and our bodies are the temples, right? And so look, I'm silly, y'all. I'm silly because I got 3 pigs, huff, puff, and bluff. And huff, puff, and blow. Because y'all know the story of the 3 little pigs and the wolf. I'll huff and I'll puff. And I'll blow your house down, right? And then the first 2 houses blew away. I think one was made of straw, one was made of sticks or some shit like that. But the third one was made of stone. Okay, it was made of a solid foundation that no matter how much that wolf huffed and he puffed, he couldn't blow that house down. Okay, they was safe, they was protected, it was solid, it was secure. Okay, so the root chakra is designed to make our energy, the root chakra is designed to make sure our energy is balanced on our journey through this world, which is why I incorporate tarot into my messages, because tarot is the guidebook or roadmap to our journey through life. That's all tarot is. That's why I incorporate it in my messages, because as I am explaining how to, heal from all that we have been through, right? As I'm explaining the process of healing, right? God is letting us know we are getting for sure directions on how to go about it, right? This is guiding us through the healing process. Okay, so because tarot is the guidebook or roadmap to our journey through life, where we lay the foundation by doing the groundwork as we work our way to the crown chakra to connect back to our source and become one with our higher self. Our ability to maintain balance in our root chakra is compromised by blockages, and not knowing who we are is a blockage. Okay, but knowing who you are starts with knowing who your source is. And once you find that out, once you figure that out, once you are secure in that and you feel safe in that, then we can get to all of the trauma, the abuse, the hurt, the pain, the neglect, the abandonment. We can get to all of that then. Okay, we can get to the basic the basic necessities, the basic fundamentals. We got to get you out of survival mode first. Okay. So our ability to maintain balance in our root chakra is compromised by blockages. The trauma that we have experienced in our root chakra affects how we embrace and express our sensuality in the sacral chakra. The survival skills and defense mechanisms, we can't get deep into the root chakra until the basic necessities are met. You cannot be in survival mode trying to heal. Okay? So, the survival skills and defense mechanisms we develop to deal with our trauma causes blockages, therefore stopping the energy to flow upward as it should, right? While we live in life, while we learning lessons, while we going through our assignments, experiencing all the crazy bullshit we got to go through, right? Through that we learn and we pick up. We already got what we done learned thus far, right? All the shit we done been through in our childhood, we already got that. So we have learned, survival tactics, survival instinct, survival mode, right? Always on the defense, right? Always looking around like we never feel safe, we never feel steady, we don't feel secure in anything. It's like we are always all over the place. Okay, and real healing can't happen because we don't trust anybody enough to even let them in, to even begin to talk about what we got going on. Okay, but that is not a worry over here in the Empress room. This is a safe place for all. Okay. So we have to let go of the survival skills and the defense mechanisms. We have to let go of all of that. We have to relearn everything. Okay, we have to relearn who we are as the divine feminine, as the Empress, as who you are without a title. Okay, we are just getting to us first. We are at the root chakra. We just want to know who we are, the core of us, right? The substance, the principles, the morals, the values, the integrity that makes us us. That is what we want to learn in the root chakra. But first, we got to get rid of all the blockages from all the bullshit we have been through so we can see us for who we really are instead of the illusion we had to live in and tell ourselves because of the shit we had going on. And also, we have to let go of the things that other people have said to us. Right, but I get to that a little down here. That's coming up. Okay, so yeah, so we have to let go of that because it stops our energy from flowing upward. Okay, so when energy is stacked up or stocked up, either or, however you want to say it, in the root chakra, instead of free flowing, that is when self-preservation kicks in. Okay, when the blockage occurs in the root chakra and it is no longer moving and flowing freely through you, and it begins to stack up, right? It becomes stagnant, right? And it sits at the base of our spine is where it sits at. Okay, that is when self-preservation kicks in through fear. Fear is what causes the defense mechanisms and the survival mode to kick in. From fear of the unknown, fear of change, fear, just being scared of just not knowing, of just being. And sometimes our fear isn't even logical. Okay, it is just because we are scared because of all we have been through. It just makes us fearful. It's not that anything has even happened in the situation. It's just that we live in a state of fear, expecting it to happen. And in that expectation, we are manifesting it, and that's why it usually happens. And then we say, I knew it was going to happen, but we manifested it to happen. Okay, by the way we thought about it, the way that we went about calling it in, the way we sent that energy out into the universe. And so that is what the energy in the universe in turn brought back to us. Okay, so trauma disrupts our ability to trust that life is safe enough and we have what we need to take care and protect ourselves. So when we go through physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual, like when we experience all of them different traumas, right? And especially when we experience those things at a young age, it causes us to look at life differently, to see the world differently than we would have had we never had them experiences. Like, I don't know how I would have saw the world had I not experienced trauma at such a young age. And not only did I experience trauma, I experienced a lot of trauma at such a young age. And so it definitely reshaped the way that I saw just life. Okay, and so I never felt safe. I never felt like I was good enough. I never felt like I belonged. I always felt out of place on top of everything that I was going through. I felt out of place on top of it. And so I never felt safe and comfortable enough within me to be comfortable in any environment that I was in. And because I grew up in foster care and I was always in a different environment, I was never in one place long enough to even allow my spirit to unsettle. So I lived my life in a state of unsettlement until I got right here. Can you imagine? Can you imagine having to live life like that? It was not easy. Okay. And so that is why we have to deal with our trauma that causes blockages. Okay, we have to let go of generational curses that causes blockages. I know I broke many generational curses up off of my family. I know my grandbabies will never have to go through what my babies went through, right? And my kids and my grandbabies and my great grandbabies, they all gonna be set. They ain't gonna have to deal with the generational curses that I had to deal with. Okay, because I broke them up off of us. I did that. Okay, so trauma disrupts our ability to trust that life is safe enough. We have to well, we have to know that we have what we need to protect ourselves. We have to know that we can protect us. We can protect our children. Like, we can, get ourselves out of a bad situation. Like, we have everything that we need to be safe within us. We have to learn to trust us. And in trusting us, we are trusting our source, because our source is who is guiding the decisions and the actions that we take. Okay, and so our self image and how we relate to the world around us is also related to the root chakra. It is connected to everything that is solid. Oh, I forgot to say that. So, the root chakra is of the physical, is of the 3D. It is like a matter of matter. It is a physical chakra. Um, as far as like the elements, it is of the earth element. It would be like, if you would compare it to tarot, it would be like pentacles. Okay, and then the five senses that it relates to is smell, and that's why sometimes when we smell certain things, it'll trigger a trauma that we experienced in our past. Like a certain smell will take us back to a very traumatic experience, and we will relive the whole thing as if it was happening in that very moment, just because we smelled something. Like I used to live in this group home, and I lived on the third floor. It was like an attic situation going on up there, and it was this smell up there, and I could not live up there because it triggered me so bad. It like I could not live up there. It made me physically ill. Like I would get headaches, like, and it was just the smell. I could not take the smell. Okay, and so I understand what that means and how that works, and that is for real. You can be triggered by smells, and it don't have to necessarily trigger a bad thing for me, because that's just what I had going on in my life. But it can trigger, like you can smell something and it'll bring back a good memory, a healing memory. Like you would see, or you would smell some fresh baked cookies, let's say, because I'm fat like that, okay? And it'll take you back to when you was a little girl and you and your mom used to bake cookies in the kitchen, right? And y'all would listen to music and kick it and chill, and you had your mom to yourself and y'all was kicking it, right? So it's not always necessarily a bad thing, but when you blocked up, you get the type of smell flashbacks that I get. And then when you unblocked, and you get the pleasant healing smell sensors. Thank you, Spirit. Smell sensors. Okay. So it is connected to everything that is solid, the basic fundamentals of life. The physical existence connected to smell. We have to protect our energy and create a safe space to live in on a daily basis. Healing from past traumas and removing all blockages is a crucial step in the process of becoming a true empress. Being balanced, feeling secure, and knowing you are safe. Finding a balance between mind, body, and spirit to live a happy, healthy, whole, balanced life. Free life. Okay, I forgot that one. Free life. Okay. So the road to becoming the divine feminine is being able to stand in your truth. It is about self-discovery, self-love, and healing. The divine feminine is Empress. Empress is earth. Earth is life. Life is abundance. Okay, I'm going to say it for you one more time so you can catch it. Okay. The divine feminine is Empress. Okay. Empress is earth. Earth gives life. Life is abundance. Okay. So survival instincts kick in when we are feeling disconnected, right? So what type of things make us feel disconnected? Okay, one of the best ways, and possibly only ways, as far as I'm concerned, to get rid of the blockages in the root chakra is to fix the cause or the reason for the blockage in the first place. That's the only way I see doing it. I mean, if you can know another way, you let me know, and I'll tell you if I agree or not. But as far as I'm concerned, the only way of fixing it and getting rid of the blockage is to fix the problem that caused the blockage in the first damn place. Okay? Okay, so traumas that we experience that cause blockages, right, is physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional, mental, verbal abuse, abandonment, rejections, and then it manifests as restlessness, fatigue, constipation, because remember, our root chakra sits at the base of our spine, and that is where all of our important damn body organs is at. Okay, so back pain, nerves, and anxiety Okay, being fearful, feeling insecure. I didn't get to write all of them over here. Okay, so having, oh, yes I did. So having a unstable childhood, it can cause us to have anger and rage, like have violent tendencies. Like I was like that when I was a kid, bro. I went from 0 to 100 in a fucking blink. Okay, you didn't even have time to snap your fingers before I was at 100. And it was just an immediate rage that took over me, and I had no control over it. And I would be ready to kill anybody I got my hands on. And I was a kid, I was like 10, 11. But at that age, up until that point, I had been through so much. Okay, and so I just was filled with so much rage and anger, and nobody understood me. Like nobody got me. Like all they wanted to do was keep throwing me in facilities. Like nobody really sat down with me and really tried to really help me understand what was going on the inside of me. Right? And for real, they couldn't because uh, whatever. Like I said, I don't care on today. I'm just telling y'all what I was gonna say. I was gonna say they really couldn't figure out how to help me because they felt like what I was saying to them was not the truth. Okay, nobody believed none of the shit that I had going on during that time when I was telling what was going on with me. Nobody believed me, right? And so to them, I'm just acting out because I'm acting out. I don't have a reason to. And on top of me acting out, I'm a liar. I'm a lying ass little girl, right? Who try to ruin people's lives, right? But I knew the shit that I was saying was the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But the problem was, I was fighting that battle by myself. I didn't have nobody to stand up and be a voice for me and advocate for me. I was trying to do that by myself. And then in me doing that, it turned into anger and to rage. And I became violent and I just became an angry ass person. That is where it started from. And I carried that same anger into adulthood with me. Okay, and so it all like psychological symptoms that blockages in our root chakra shows up as panic attacks, eating disorder, depression, nightmares, overthinking, negative thinking, low vibrational thinking. Okay, being emotionally disconnected, right? Like I said, having an unstable childhood, like feeling like you don't have support in what you're going through or what you've been through. You don't have family or friends that can help. Like you don't like a shoulder to lean on, a support system. Okay, you are it presents itself violence. You are violent. You like to cause violence, self harming. Okay, did I say eating disorder? Yes, I said eating disorder. And you just as a person is unstable. Like just your whole being is just unstable. And it's because of all of the things that you have experienced that has caused you trauma and PTSD and mental health issues. And you just don't feel safe anymore. You don't feel secure anymore. You don't feel like, and you feel like you would never have that. Like you are just going to be unstable for your whole life, right? But that's not true. Healing is here for you. God loves you. He loves us. And He wants to make us whole. We have to allow Him the opportunity to do so. Okay? So, negative curses that family spoke over your life, that also plays into the psychological symptoms, okay, that we act out in our survival, when we're in survival mode, our survival instincts, okay, when they be like, you gonna be just like your crackhead ass mama, or your dumb ass ain't gonna never graduate high school, shit like that. When people say, you ain't gonna never be nothing, when people speak those type of curses over our life, right? We have to learn how not to let that become us. We have to learn to rewind that tape and speak good things over us, speak life over us. The root chakra is about I am. Okay, the root. Oh, that damn Isabella. Oh, here you go. Ooh. The root chakra is about I am. Okay, tiger wood, crystal, uh, just a small piece, but like tourmaline, however you say it. I think that's how you say it. Say, tourmaline. Listen, TOURMOUSE. I don't know. That is not how you spell it. That was a joke, y'all. Like MICKEY that Mickey Mouse song. I was making a joke. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, my love. You're welcome. I'm very transparent over here. Okay. It's all about the honesty. Okay. So these are like, crystals that relate to our root chakra that we can use to ground us. I got my tiger wood and Osiden beads on today. The color of the root chakra is red. Okay. With the flower of life. Okay. With my, whatever. But yeah, those are things, crystals. There is many more. There are many, many other, crystals for each chakra, but we're talking about the root chakra that we can use to help ground us, to help keep us safe, to help heal us. You know what I'm saying? It's that just make us feel complete, to get us connected back to our source. There are a few of them, and you can always Google them. But we're going to be teaching you guys. I know. I believe Elise is going to be going into that type of stuff too. Okay, and so we have to learn not to accept the negative things people speak into our life. Even when, people we fall out with that talk about us and say bullshit about us, people we ain't talked to in forever, that be having goofy shit to say about us. We cannot allow them things to rent space in our head to the point that their words become our thoughts. And now what they said is playing in our head over and over again, to the point that we start questioning ourselves. And that's why we have to have a foundation that we are rooted in. And that no matter what nobody say to us, how nobody treat us, we don't take that on as our shit. Okay, we let them hide their shit, and we take ours and we go on our way. We don't carry extra baggage and extra burdens. That is not our burden to bear. Okay, so trauma undealt with. Often another, this is what I wanted to talk about. I probably talk about this in this. I'm going to let this lead us into the sacral chakra, which we're going to be talking about tomorrow. Okay, because trauma undealt with, often when trauma is not dealt with, y'all, when we don't get no healing, when we not talking about it, when we like, what goes on in my house, stay in my house, all that stuff, right? When it is undealt with, the victim becomes the predator. The abused becomes the abuser. Okay, the hurt goes on to hurt. Okay, so it is vital to us as individuals and to the collective of people that are around us on a day-to-day basis that we get the necessary help and healing that we need, because I gotta send my kids out into the world with people in this type of energy, and it makes me uncomfortable. Okay, so or often they find themselves in situations where they are always the victim. They like being in the in the victim mentality, even at the sake of themselves. Like, even at the sake of them getting hurt by being the victim. But that is how they process love. That is how they understand love to be, because that is all that they know. We have to unlearn all of them traits that we learned out there teaching ourselves, because we don't have nobody else to teach us, right? And we learned all the wrong things, all the wrong ways. I know I did. I did for sure. Okay. So that was the root chakra. Okay. That is what I had for the root chakra. I feel like I was supposed to say something else. But, and I have many definitions. But as we go through our lessons, we'll get to each and every last definition. I promise you they all gonna come into play. That's why, I would advise y'all to get notebook, pens, papers, and take notes. Really watch the videos that we are dropping. You can pause it, you can rewind it, you can watch it, you can rewatch it. Okay, and get what you need from it. Take notes, look at your notes, study your notes, do the work, write the questions down, actually answer the questions, actually ask yourself these questions, have a rhetorical conversation with self. Well, it's not really rhetorical, because you're talking to your heavenly Father. Okay, and so we are going to be getting into what all of the definitions that is related to the divine feminine. We're going to get into all of that. Okay, and so just as a reminder, the first attribute of the divine feminine is she is rooted and stable and grounded in who she is. The basic fundamentals of her life is taken care of. She is in tune with her source. She knows who her source is. Okay, her basic needs are met. She is connected to source. Okay, so that is the first attribute of a divine feminine. Okay, and so the root chakra is the first chakra of the seven, right? It sits at the base of our spine. Okay, it is the chakra that feeds life to the rest of our body via the roots that the foundation sits on. Okay, so we got to make sure that it's clear and free of blockages. Okay, childhood trauma, generational curses, abuse, neglect, all cause blockages in the root chakra. Okay, being told you were never gonna be nothing, you believe it. Okay, not having the basic fundamentals of life causes blockages in the root chakra. Okay, it all has to be taken care of, and it manifests itself in different ways in our life, in our actions, in our body, through our health. Okay, holistic healers can see the symptoms of a person and know where the blockage is at based off of the symptoms, because each chakra controls different parts of the body, different organs and things like that. Okay, so we have to dig deep and really understand who we are, know who our source is. Okay, and I would oblige you to go back and watch the video and write the questions down as you hear them throughout the video. And I'm going to do it too, and I'm going to write them down, or I'll go through my notes and I'll write them down, and then I'll just post them so that we can have them in one place. Okay, because we have to ask ourselves these questions so we can dig deep, so that we can get some real healing going on. Okay, and that is how we find out, going through this process, going through these steps, is how we find out who we really are. It's how we are able to sit and become and be at peace with everything we have been through, because we now know and understand who we are and who we used to be. It don't matter, because we are overcome by the word of our testimony. We're not worried about it no more. Okay, we know who we are. It's okay, nobody come tell us nothing about who we used to be and what we used to do. That ain't gonna phase us, that ain't gonna shake us, it ain't gonna move us, because we know who we are on today. Okay, we are warrior empresses. We wrestle in spirit and in truth. I always want to say that. We wrestle in the 5D and in the 3D. We get down, we get busy. We'll get to it anywhere, anytime, any place. If somebody come for us and they think they can try us, whether it be through the 5D or the 3D, we get to it. Okay, we ain't no punk. And we ain't gonna let nobody bully us either. Okay, no. Okay, so I really hope that y'all enjoyed that. You got something out of that. It really, those are the tools. That's the root chakra. I am going to be posting, putting up a post, just putting it all in summary form. Okay, and I'm just gonna pull an ending card. Okay, we're not doing readings. I'm just pulling to start the reading off what we got. The root chakra, what we need to focus on, what was our blockages. And our blockages is not knowing who we are. And so by doing the work in the root chakra, by grabbing onto the tools and applying them to your life, right, you are going to find who you are, right? And you are going to be at peace with your thorns. You're going to find peace with all you have been through. Okay, and so now we just want to get guidance about, what's next, like guidance for the journey, guidance for the healing process of the root chakra. Okay, guidance for removing the blockages in the root chakra. Okay, guidance for removing the blockages as we remove the blockages in our root chakra. Okay, give us the card to close the reading out for blockages. Chakra, what is he saying? Yep, transformation, purpose. That should have been never right. Okay. I just want to get a card to end the reading with for the focus. This is me. Okay, so what is the guidance? This is me. We know that we got to dig deep in the root chakra to find who we are. And finding who we are, we learn how to be at peace with the thorns. And the thorns represent everything that we have been through, faced, and experienced. Okay. And so we are just going to get a card. I gotta learn how to shuffle these big old things. We are going to just get a card to end the reading with. Just some guidance to send us on our way. Just past lives. Okay. Past lives. Okay, we have came here to learn lessons. Okay. Our soul is on the journey of finding itself, of ascending to a higher level of knowledge, of understanding. It is a soul journey on the physical plane. Okay, and so this lifetime that we are living right now is going to affect our next lifetime. Okay, we are not just what we are in this lifetime. We have lived many of those, and they affect who we are on today. Okay, yes, caught up in the matrix. And then also, who we are on yesterday is not going to be who we are on today. And this is also telling me that we have to heal past life trauma in our root chakra as well. Okay, so we have past life trauma causing blockages in our root chakra. Okay, and it's keeping us caught up in the matrix. And this past life trauma that we need to heal in our root chakra is keeping us caught up in the matrix. Okay, and so removing the blockages out of the root chakra. This is the root of the problem. Okay, the past life trauma that we are dealing with. Okay, the trauma from our past that we are dealing with. Okay, but we have to allow the transformation to happen. Okay, we have to allow the transformation to happen. We have to go through the transformation process. Thank you, sis. We have to go through the transformation process and believe in miracles. What was the miracle? The resurrection was a miracle. The miracle is you can be resurrected if you trust the process. And the process is what we are teaching here in the Empress room. Okay, so the transformation that is going to occur is going to be a miracle in your life, okay? And it is going to bring about miraculous changes. You are going to be resurrected, okay? Because you have crucified your flesh. And you have stepped into your higher self. So you are no longer operating off of the desires of the flesh. Meaning, when you want to say yeah, even though you know it's not right, you don't say yeah, you say no, because you know it's not right, and you are living in your higher self, being one with your source, being connected to your source. And your source is going to also let you know that you have to uphold a certain standard on today. And so when you know something is right, you cannot partake in it. Okay, and so you have crucified your old way of thinking. You have crucified your old way of being. Right? You picked up your cross and you bared it. Right? And you let go of any and everything that did not serve you and your higher purpose anymore. You went through a complete restoration through the resurrection. And it got bad, okay? Because even as Jesus was nailed to the cross, he cried out, "Father, why hast thou forsaken me?" And then he took up the ghost. Because he also said, "Lord, let thy will be done." He knew that he had a purpose. He knew he had a mission, and the will of the Father had to be done. Whether he liked it or not. Jesus liked being down here, okay? He wanted to kick it down here with us a little longer. But he even cried out, "Father, why? Why, God?" And he knew, okay, but he still trusted the Lord. Okay, and so God wants us to have that same trust in him. Okay, he wants us to have that same trust so we can co-create. Look. So we can sit on our throne. Look. Sit on our throne. The lotus flower. Right there. Okay. And co-create from our heart space, because we communicate with God through our heart space, our heart chakra. Okay, love and love. We co-create out of love. Oh my God. Let's see, y'all. I want to pull a couple more cards out of this deck. Let's see if we get anything else. Anything else here? Oh, they so big. Anything else? Look, it showed up again. We gotta have self-love, ladies. And this has been the revelation that has helped work through all of that confusion that you got going on the inside of you. A lot of things are going to be revealed that is going to help settle the confusion that is going on the inside of you. And if anything that is revealed now or in the future as we go through the other 6 chakras, please do not hesitate to ask questions if you are in confusion about anything we talk about. Okay, please don't hesitate to ask questions. Okay, y'all. Well, ladies, that was the message for tonight. We broke down the root chakra. I am going to just like summarize it, you know, make a story, not a story, but, you know, just summarize what we talked about on tonight. And I'm going to post it in the 7 attributes of the divine feminine. I'm gonna put it in the tag. Everything, all of my videos for the healing the divine feminine series is going to be under the tag the healing the 7 attributes of the divine feminine. All of Elise's videos, whatever we upload concerning healing the divine feminine, her tab is healing the DF on an energetic level. You can click on any one of those and it is going to pull up everything that we post concerning our series, Healing the Divine Feminine. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the albums so we can get that together. Okay, but everything is going to be in a order, in a way that you can find it, you can access it, and you know where it's at. Everything is all in one place at the click of a button. Okay, so we're just trying to make it easy to keep everything together. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to be back talking about the sacral chakra, and we're going to kind of end the root chakra and begin, if that makes sense, the sacral chakra on tomorrow. Like they are going to coexist. Okay, because I know it kind of feel like I left it hanging right here. Like I forgot to finish it, but I didn't. I finished. Okay, and then I set it up so that it goes into the end of the root chakra, beginning of the sacral chakra on tomorrow. Okay, trust. I got this. I got this, and I got y'all. Okay. So, I love you guys. Be bold. Be authentic. Okay. Be beautiful. Be true to who you are. Show yourself compassion. Throw a little sass on there. And let's go through this healing process so we can step in our powers and be the true divine feminine that God has called us to be. Okay. Thank you for joining me, the intuitive Empress, in the Empress room where the real healing happens at. You ladies have a good night.